All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for being on this morning. 90 Days to Dominate. Guys, it is week 4. It is week 4. Can you believe it? Like, it is just amazing. That's why we have to dominate when it comes to our time and what we do with it, because when it's gone, it's gone. you know, we have to be just so diligent and good stewards over our time. I think that is like, other than relationships, next to relationships, being the number one currency in my life, and what I tell people I really deem to be number one priority in our life is relationship currency, is also time. So that's very important how we utilize our time. So we're utilizing it very well this morning. So we're going to talk about branding and business for my segment. For those of you that may not know Aquanetta, I know you. Rose, I know you. Yvette, first time meeting you. I appreciate you, being a part of this course and seeing this course and joining. But I'm the founder of CEO Chick. My name's Coleen Otero, and by day, my 9 to 5 is, I would say, beauty and branding industry. I help people with their image as well as their brand, just their overall brand, what their business looks like, feels like, the experience that they create around their business practices. So all of those different things is an area that I'm super passionate about and have done for a long time. I've been in the beauty industry. I started doing hair, you guys, when I was 12 years old. And right after I got out of high school, of course, I went right to beauty school. And then I tried working on my own for a few years, doing booth rental, commission. That's when I found out that doing hair and running your own business is two totally separate lanes. So I had to really go to a different organization where they did more training. So I ended up with an organization that's a franchise in the beauty industry. The general manager came to our school when I was in beauty school and did a few classes and talked about the structure, the pay structure. So I ended up working for this organization and still kind of doing my little hustle on the side because they were limited in the services that they provided. So I went ahead and I started working with them. I did training and just kind of got organizational skills, understanding of what it really took to run the actual business. Pardon. Then I went ahead and my manager at the time, I was in my early 20s. My manager at the time said she wanted me to do more management. So I went into the management side, and long story short, I worked my way up to be a district manager running 6 salons and hundreds of employees. It was definitely an interesting journey. I learned so much about people because I was so young, and it was predominantly Caucasian men and women. So I learned a lot about just organizational skills, learning, especially working with creatives like myself. A lot of times creatives lack organization. So I'm somewhat of an anomaly where I'm creative and disciplined and organized. So I wouldn't say I'm all the way left brain, but or is it right, Rose? Which one is it, Rose? You're an engineer. But whichever side's the structured side. I wouldn't say I'm all the way there. So thank God for like Coach Jen and those that do my administrative and things of that nature. I'm a huge visionary, but I learned so much about what it takes to take a vision and make it duplicatable. So that is something that I talk to my clients about all the time, because one of their biggest goals for their brand is for it to be huge. It's for it to be a success. It's for it to be franchised. It's for it to be, just global, whatever the case is. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Christina. And so with that being said, I really work with my clients to help figure out how they, in essence, can be the visionary of their companies, but be able to set a structure in place that's duplicatable. And that's what being a district manager of 6 salons working in a franchise, my franchisee, he had 30 plus salons in Central Florida region, from Claremont all the way to Kissimmee, St. Cloud area. He had tons of salons. So I learned a lot, needless to say. And I carry that with me into what I do with my clients today. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about today, we're going to get into the branding piece. Next week, we're going to talk about getting it out there, the marketing piece, the networking tools that you can use. That's going to be featuring with Tamika Gibson from Hair Diagram. And then my third class is going to be just the business portion of it, your business practices. Because I think sometimes, I don't know why we think that when we become an entrepreneur or when we become the owner of a business, we'll just kind of be sipping Mai Tais or something on the beach while employees are scurrying around an office somewhere making us money. Majority of the time, being a CEO offers you flexibility. Yes, it does. But the majority of it, you're going to want to work, if you're passionate about this, and it's not just about money, you're going to want to know what's going on in your business. You're going to want to be a part of it. You should still remain very much touchable to entry-level employees, understanding policies, understanding procedures, the things that they have to do so that you yourself know whether or not they're realistic. Sometimes people at the top can make decisions for people at the bottom and really not be in tune or in touch with even what they go through. I'm here in Atlanta in our Atlanta apartment, which again for CEO Chicks is available for rental when you're in town. But let me just say, I did a radio interview here, and one of the pop-up quizzes, if you saw my live, he was like, Bill Gates they did a quick little test with Bill Gates to see if he knew how much items cost in the grocery stores here lately. And so, of course, he wanted to do the pop-up quiz with me, who does not shop. I'll let you guys know that because my husband thinks that I don't shop for like price. I just pick up what I want. He goes and my husband's more of the bargain hunter. And he will actually go to another store for a sale. And I'm like, bruh, I gotta get back to work. So if Publix got it and it's an extra $1 and it saves me on time, guess where I'm gonna go? So I failed that test so bad. I didn't know the cost of stuff. I didn't know rice-a-roni from a pizza to boxes of cereal. So I was like, well, that's a good sign. I'm on my way to billions. But, it's just amazing how when we do get into our visions and goals and all that good stuff, we really can get tunnel vision on like what's going on without like other stuff that may not necessarily pertain to us. So it just matters. The same can happen in your business if you're not careful. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this screen shared here. I want to make sure you guys can see me, hear me, and all that fabulous stuff. Make sure I got the right slide here. And we're going to dive in to branding. All right. So the title of my sessions will be Branding and Business, as I said earlier. Today, we're going to focus on what is branding, what is brand identity, what is brand sense, and what is brand marketing. Okay, so the definition, when you look up branding, their definition professionally, the practice of creating a symbol, the practice of creating a symbol, name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. An effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets. Personally and professionally, your brand is derived from who you are and who people perceive you to be. I added that because some people are not building just totally organizationally. Some people are the brand, right? They are the actual brand. But my definition's a little slightly different. Branding is not a website. It's not a logo. It's not a building or any object for that matter. It is not marketing. It's not sales. It's not so much what is seen at first. It is what's felt. I know it kind of sounds deep, right? But it's not. I kind of just pulled this out of my book for you guys when I'm describing I want my readers to know what branding really is. And it's the essence or the spirit of the organization and the brand promise, the principles, the moral beliefs, the DNA, if you will, of the company. For those of you that are members of our organization, member of CEO Chicks, you understand like there's a feeling when we get together, when you get on a call, there's this energy, there's this faith, there's this hope, there is, you can do this, there is motivation, there's education. All of those different things are the spirit of our organization, regardless of who is presenting, regardless of who is moderating. That is key for me. Anytime I have anybody that's going to do a call, I'm like, I don't care what you're going through, but you're not going to get on this call and you're not going to be heavy-hearted and no, people have their own tests and their own trials. And one of my biggest things when you're ready to lead an organization, people, a family, whatever the case is that that despite how difficult things may be, how to still encourage, how to still have hope, how to still look at the silver lining, how to still know like, okay, let me get over my situation and look at it from a different perspective. Let me get wisdom. Let me get more understanding. What am I lacking? And refuse to roll over and die. Like that, those are the type of people I need in my life. When you understand what you're called to do, and it's not going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy, right? So we need the right people around us. So that is the spirit. Like that's what I want you guys to feel when you get on calls, when you're in our classes, when you're doing these things. That's why so many times people will call me in tears after a call, like literally in tears. And that's why, because they have been so moved by what was said, right? That they are now willing to go yet another day in their business. And that's what I want to see happen. So let's talk about you. Who are you, right? What do you do? When do you do it? Where do you do it at? Why do you do it? And how well do you actually do it? Who are we? CEO Chicks. What do? We empower. We are designed where women can come together to collaborate, create change, and dominate. And when do we do it? Mondays are made for CEO Chicks. We have our Monday calls. We have quarterly live events in your city. We'll let you know what city, coming to a city near you. So that was stated, right? It's virtual, it's live, it's sometimes on video chat for a more personal touch. Facebook, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Why do we do it? Because we want to give people the information that they need to dominate. We want to educate you guys. How well do you do it? Well, you determine that. Look at our success stories. Look at the reviews on our pages. So I want people, when they see your brand, to be able to be like, oh, man, it's clear. I see who they are. Oh, yeah, I love what you do. Okay, when can I join a call? When can I do this? Or how do I join? Where do I go? So it has to be very clear. And that's what I want. I want it to be very clear. Okay. So let's talk about your brand identity. You discover your brand identity by way of almost like your tagline per se, right? What's the purpose, the mission, and the mandate of your brand? You want to sit down and say to yourself, what is the overall outcome? What are people going to get from this? Who will benefit? What's the problem, right? What are the results? These are all the questions that you want to ask yourself, and then develop a coin phrase, something just real short and sweet. Just like for us, it's collaborate, create, dominate, okay? People are like, okay, because immediately, this is the truth. Folks don't really like to read, okay? We have so much. Think about how we are inundated with information and texts, and I mean, literally from our own phones to pop-ups to commercials to ads on Facebook. Think about all the stuff that we have coming at us 24/7, right? And so what's going to make yours stand out? What is that image? What are those words? Again, ours is collaborate, create, dominate. It's on, and I realized in the beginning that we weren't putting it as much on everything as we needed to. So we put it at the bottom of everything now. So it's collaborate, create, and dominate. We're creative. We're always building something. Even if it's just improving on what already exists. And our goal is to dominate it. Our goal, dominate means it has to be duplicatable. It has to be something that people desire and want to see in their city. So I want you guys to think about your tagline. What is that tagline? For the beauty industry side of what I do, my working in beauty resulted to going more into branding, okay? So your gifts will continue to grow and new things will come about as a result of it. And so the branding portion, the last few years that I've been I absolutely love it because it deals with strategy, it deals with marketing, it deals with everything that I love about, beauty. It's like beauty on steroids because it is about a look, it is about a feel, it is about an experience, and all of those things I've done in the beauty industry very successfully. So, with that being said, my tagline for my beauty and branding business had to change. At first it was that VIPs or important people or professionals, depending on who I was talking to, professionals hire me to create a look, a feel, to allow them to walk in their God-given purpose with style. That was when people would say, what do you do? That's what I do. I would always want to encompass a faith piece because it's so huge in my language, that if someone saw God in my statement and they felt offended by it, I didn't want them to hire me. I'm just being transparent with you guys. So if I put something out there and I'm like, listen, yes, I want to help you walk in your God-given purpose with style. That's what I do. And so, but honestly, most people love it. Like, they're like, yes, you're someone I want to work with. I love your energy, things of that nature. And then I added to that while creating a brand that's unforgettable as I got more into branding. So I want you guys to think about your tagline, your dog tag, for example, like, what are those things? Describe your brand in 1 to 3 words. I want you guys to think about that for a second. I'm going to unmute the line because I actually want to hear, how do you guys feel? Like, I'm just going to go through the line and I want to hear in 1 to 3 words, just describe your brand in 1 to 3 words. So for my beauty branding business, if you follow my personal brand, that's what you have. Beauty. For my hairline, the wigs, the extensions that I provide. Branding, self-explanatory. Business, all about business. So when you go to my Coleen Otero website, then you are going to actually see, okay, that there's a little bit more there. And so I want to kind of hear from each of you what you feel describes your brand. So I'm going to do Aquanetta. I'm going to unmute you first, then Brandy, Christina, Rose, and Yvette. Okay, so Aquanetta, I'll start with you. Describe your brand in 1 to 3 words.
Live life consistently.
One more time.
Live life consistently.
Live life consistently. That's right. Live life consistently. That's awesome. Absolutely, absolutely awesome. All right, so next we're going to go to Brandy. I want you to describe your brand in 1 to 3 words. Go ahead, shoot. Brandy, can you hear us? Brandy? Okay, Christina, can you hear us? We'll just go with you. No, did I unmute? Yep, perfect.
Okay. Beauty within, standing out.
Beauty within, standing out, correct?
Yeah.
All right, beauty within, standing out. Beauty within, standing out. So that's beauty from the inside out, being able to be seen, but also working on your inner like that's important. That is so important. I tell people you don't want to be pretty ugly. Rose.
Oh, you
Rose, you're up. You know how I am, Rose.
I know you are.
Gonna kind of put it out there and see what happens, but pretty ugly speaks for itself, right?
Amen. Yes, it does. Freedom builder and strategist.
Yes, very, very much so. Freedom builder, strategist. The ultimate goal is for people to immediately hear the 3 words or hear your tagline and say to themselves, because that's what they'll do. They'll picture those words and how it relates to them. And then they'll either include or involve themselves and want to attach themselves to what you have going on or omit themselves. So yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, and then we have, okay, I'm coming back to you, Brandy. You have your hand up. All right, Brandy?
Okay, it's hair to adorn.
I can hear you.
Hair to adorn.
Hair to adorn. I got it. Get right into it. You sound like you working, so let me.
I am.
I love that. That's okay. Multitasking. Go back to it. Then we have Yvette. Just describe your brand in 1 to 3 words.
Walking in style.
Walking in style. That's it. Yes. I mean, I love it. You guys got it. Like literally on everything that you do, that is what is going to be, seen. That's what's going to be heard. That's what's going to be felt. So that's super important. Okay. So let's get back to the slide. Ooh, come on. I don't need you anymore. So I think I just come back down here. All right. Close. Perfect. Let's talk about, did I miss anything? Okay. No. All right, good. So you guys get the gist of it. And you really have to incorporate those, as best as possible in everything that you do within your tagline. And if you just have to break it down into three things, then that is absolutely, you got it. You know what I mean? You can really let people know immediately what you do. Let's talk about how your brand, how it appeals to our senses. Okay, think about, where you shop, why you shop where you shop, why you buy the things that you buy, why you're loyal to the car that you're loyal to, why you're loyal to the shows that you watch, the clothes that you wear, the shoes, the bags. I want you to think about those things when we're talking about brand sense, the hotels that you frequent, okay? How does your brand appeal to our senses? Creating a brand with sense will build an emotional bond between the customer and the product service. Most brands appeal to at least 2 senses, okay? Number 1 being sight, what we see. So we talk about how something looks, whether it's luxurious, whether it brings emotions of feeling warm or cold, whether it looks delicious, if we're talking about food, if it's appealing to the eye, is it pretty, does it look cheap, ugly, wet? Like think about what your brand and your product, what it may look like. The touch, if it's something that someone has to physically touch, for those of you that are on here that are dealing with, you said walking in style, hair to adorn, the beauty industry, you think, those of you that have the hairlines, what does it look like, smell like, feel like? Those things are very important. So is it hard? Is it soft, silky, smooth, rough, warm, uncomfortable? If it's clothes, for those of you that are styling people, and the actual different clothing that sometimes runway clothes look so uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't imagine how they're going to sell these things. It's just for the simple fact of art. It has to be, because some of this looks so uncomfortable, So of course there are things that you see on runway that are not for day-to-day market. It is for people that literally will purchase it for the sake of art, the art of the fashion industry. They will purchase $5,000-$10,000 pieces and never wear it at all. Okay, so that's who they may be marketing to. Then you have your day-to-day, everyday wear. So for the average men and women. So how does it sound For those of you that are, I mean, think about chips. Do you know that they literally spend time in the lab, you know, with their scientists going over the sound, the crunch, all of that, the feel when it comes to your cereal. They literally go through and test it. Is it loud? Is it soft? What is it sound relaxing, energetic, harmonious, off key? When you walked into our salons, as I mentioned earlier, for those of you that weren't on, ran a franchise with my franchisee, 6 of his salons. And we had a select station that you could choose from. And usually it was your easy listening channels. So it would still have a little bit of Adele. It would still have a little bit of maybe Madonna. It would kind of go back and forth from 70s to 90s. However, it will always have a relaxing / energetic sound to it. You know, there was no, so if I walked in and did a salon check and I'm hearing hip hop, you are ready. We about to have a talk with management. If I walked in and I didn't hear our welcome sound, everybody, when you walked into the salon, there is a welcome that you're supposed to give, then I would need to talk to you about that. So let's talk about the sound. And what about smells when we walk into your establishment? Fruity, fresh, musty, spoiled, rotten, clean. I will tell you, when I purchased my salon, I was so upset because the way the building was set up, we were next door to a sandwich place. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it was something to do with the way the air vents worked, but we would get this smell of like onion or like whatever they were cooking over there for their steak sandwiches. And then on the other side was honey baked ham. Oh my God. We got too much food smells. So one of the number one things that I had to do was fix that. I don't want my clients sitting down, getting their hair done in a place that smells like onions. Okay. So I want you guys to break your brand down. I call it smashing your brand. And when you smash your brand, what is it? Break it apart, y'all. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? What is the touch? When it comes to what my chef, who is a member, I'm extremely critical when it comes to helping her with her brand. I order foods from her regularly. I'll let her know, okay, I can tell you didn't cook this week or something happened. She was like, oh man, it's a new person. She was like, I knew you would, if there was something you would tell me. I said, yep, the presentation wasn't as colorful as it normally is. The seasoning was slightly different. This, when you make it, normally tastes like that. And so for her, and even my other client in Chicago, we talk about this all the time. Is it duplicatable? What determines it being duplicatable is your ability to train, your ability to write it out, your ability to slow your roll and write things down how you want it. Be clear about your vision so men can see it, read it, take it in, and run with it. That's how clear and precise your vision has to be. Rose, you can attest to this. You work for over in NASA, you work when it comes to, look, you better cross your T's and dot your I's. Can you imagine someone not being specific when it comes to launch codes? Can you think about, Hidden Figures and think about, Rose said, yes, ma'am. Can you think about the show Hidden Figures and think about the fact that when the young lady was making all these launch codes and calculations that she just decided to be lazy that day and 2 + 2 didn't equal 4? That brother would have been dead, okay? I need you guys to think about the importance of every aspect of your brand. Like literally, I think my brain doesn't sleep, honestly. Like I think that because I'm so like, okay, am I doing that right? Is there something I could be doing better here? Do I have that written out? I'm at a phase and stage right now where I just hired my sister, Charlene, as the business manager, and she started over a month ago, and we have just been literally working on CEO Chicks. We have not even crossed over into beauty and branding yet, for the simple fact that I am combing through process. I'm making sure things are written out. My husband's dealing with where we are with our back office and the technology, and Coach Jennifer, she helps us with that. So we are looking into different CRMs and what is it that we need to use that makes it easier for us as we grow as an organization to keep things the way that they need to be in a system. So for those of you that are super creative and kind of just want to get up and go with the flow and how it feels today, then you need to hire you someone that has a systematic way of thinking. Yeah, that's a little bit more structured, that can help you with that, because if you cannot just build your business on your emotions. You have to be very careful with that, for the simple fact that you will go broke. You know, if my husband, like, he'll get on me, this is the budget, because I love things to be luxurious. I love things to be, I mean, y'all see our little CEO chick pad in here. Like, I'm like, well, I know what I want. I want to layer the carpet, and things have to look a certain way. It has to be gold and foil. I'll show you guys this side. I have to have, you know, something that looks like orchids and you know, and he's like, well, okay, let's sit down and let's do a budget. I'm like, so I can't go get that like right now? You mean I got to do it in stages? Right? You know, so we have to take those things into consideration. You have to have people around you that will really help you to build a strong foundation. So that's what's super important. That's what it's all about. So senses, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. CENTS. It has to appeal to the senses. So color. Let's talk about the colors of your brand. Colors mean things, guys. Like, there's a psychological attachment when it comes to colors, okay? So your warm colors, clarity, optimism, those are like your sunny and bright. Look at the brands that have those, right? That have those colors. Nikon, the actual camera company, they're bright, they're clear, they can capture light, right? Those things are really important. Subway, Sprint, all of this. Look at those different brands. DHL, friendly, cheerful. Let's go to the next color, which is more orange, getting into your reds and pinks, right? Cheerful, confident, friendly. You got Nickelodeon, you have our Chrome, we have Fanta, we have Harley. Like, it is all these different brands that go towards those color schemes that deal with confidence and friendly and warm. Anything that's more of your yellows and your brights is going to really just bring about that emotion. Okay, we have gold, because our gold for me with CEO Chicks, the gold really just kind of stands for the clarity portion of it, the light portion of it, the sun portion of it, the strength of it. Because for me, it's not a flat yellow, you know, orange-ish tone. It actually has the gold hues to it. So it has some light within it. So it looks like actual, you know, a shimmer, like it'll actually look like gold, which for me is just strong, okay? It means number one when you're gold. So I love gold. The pinks, the excitement, youthful, bold. My beauty brand, Your Beauty Expert, is pink and silver. So Kellogg's, Nintendo, Kmart, Coca-Cola has those red tones. Target, red tones, bold, youthful, excitement. Creative imaginatives are your purples, and we know the deep purples also are royal, the royal tones. Trust, dependable are your blues. Greens are peaceful, growth. We know health brands, any Whole Foods, any brand that you may have that's out there, we know that they are literally like your oops, what'd I do? Hey, they are literally green, brown. That's how they get you, right? They may not have nothing healthy in it, but they package it the right way. And you're like, man, that looks organic. Because it has that paper brown tone with the green and the plants on it. Like it was just like, just came right out the earth. They put it in the bag and it's on the shelf for you to purchase with a little window in it so you can see, how grainy and whole it is. So then you read it and you're like, oh my God, it's loaded with preservatives, Then you have your silver tones, your gray tones, balanced, neutral, calm. You think about apple, and you think about that again. Also, anything dealing with like your silver and golds is strong, innovative technology. Or they kind of have that. You can look throughout and just think about technology as a whole, and you'll see it'll have those gold and silver tones to it. So just kind of think about your brand when you're coming up with the actual colors, or even in marketing. Just if you go to our Instagram page, you can kind of see as a whole, our color schemes are gold, black, white with a hint of blue. Okay, to kind of break up the monotony, because I do get bored. So I will incorporate blue. Well, for this campaign that we're in for our tour, you'll see there's some pinks in there. There's those purple hues that are in there. So in our marketing campaign, I actually broke up let me find it for you guys. I actually broke up and disrupted the look of our page so that I can incorporate those tones. So it's denim, it's pink, it's blue. And so I did our Woman Crush Wednesday. I did an actual ad to help break up our regular colors to now promote our upcoming event, okay? It was that strategic and that thoughtful. So I'll show you real quick the picture of the ad that I did to help break up those colors so that you can kind of now think more about, okay, I get it. I understand what she's saying. So I did this for I have to angle it so you could see it. So I did that to break up the colors. OMG, WCW. Our Woman Crush Wednesday, for which we're in a campaign every other week where I will post a woman on that actual background, that image that is too busy winning, is our Woman Crush Wednesday that we highlight different members. So I use that. Normally I would just post it on a Wednesday, but because we were going into this tour with the different colors, I use white to really help break it up. Make sense? And then we started coming in with a different color scheme and that flyer and other images surrounding it. So we'll talk more about things like that when it comes to marketing and the stories that you're telling on your social media pages, because that's what it's about. Okay. Other things that will contribute to brand loyalty when we're talking about your brand sense is availability. Packaging, warranties, price and promotion, whether or not you provide good service, strong content, quality, and I learned this, and I credit that to the organization that I was with, quality plus price plus convenience equals value. QPC equals V. That's what we would always say. Quality plus price plus convenience will always equal value. Are you given a quality product or service? Is it priced at a competitive rate? You have to research in your area what people are in your same field, your competition, what they're doing and what they're offering, and are you competitive? And then you also find out, is it convenient? Are you accessible? So those things are very important. Can the product now that we have, listen, our small businesses, I'm telling you, we got to stay on it, because with Prime and Amazon and Walmart and people being able to get their products at a quicker rate. You know, we want things yesterday. So we kind of have to see how are we able to compete with that? Do we need to set up an account with Amazon and get our products in there so that we can let people know, hey, you can get it through Amazon. You can have it in 2 days. Do we need to set up some drop shipments and different things of that nature so that our products can get to people sooner? That's important. Convenience is important. That's why we're utilizing the tools we're using as far as making sure you can log on wherever there's Wi-Fi. You can be in another part of the world and still be a part of this organization because it's that convenient. All you need is Wi-Fi, okay? So those things I want you to think about when it comes to your brand. Quality plus price equals convenience. Plus convenience equals value. All right, so some of your homework that I want you guys to do, then I'm gonna open up the line here so that you guys can, somebody logged in, okay. No, cancel, okay. So some of the homework assignments that we have here for you is to review this and just answer the questions. The who, what, when, where, why questions that I had there. I want you guys to answer that. There is a business assessment that I'm going to send that I need you guys to email to me by next week because I want to make sure I have ample time to go through it, because those are some of the things that we're going to touch on in class 3. Next week, we're going to dive into the latter part of my bullet point on the first screen was marketing. And so we're going to discuss brand marketing next week with CEO Chick Tamika Gibson. From the hair diagram, we're going to dive into the actual marketing piece a little bit more. We're going to discuss social media, some of what I even talked about today with how you're marketing on your page. For those of you that are in our elite program, and I'm not sure if I have any elites on today, but in our one-on-one sessions, some of what I even showed you today, like sitting down and coming up with what content is good for what you're getting ready to market. Like you have to literally forecast these things, what's coming up next, and what's the message that you're going to put out there to really be able to share and explain in multiple ways what it is, what it's about, what people can expect. So that's very important so we're going to dive into some of that. I sit with our elites monthly, and that's a part of what in our one-on-one sessions. For those that are at that stage of marketing, we go into their actual content. Like, do you have a content curator? Do you have someone that is helping you develop those things? So that's important, okay? Then week 6, like I said, we'll go into those business practices. So the assessments are going to talk about the problems that you solve in detail. I want to know. I want you guys to email that to me. I'm just shooting off some of the questions here. How does your business generate income? What parts of your business are not profitable? Your cash flow, are you cash flow positive each month? What is the pricing strategy and why? How much time does your management team spend generating revenue? Girl, listen, ladies, I sat down with my sister, AKA new business manager, and I'm like, okay, because she's learning a lot of our technology. And I'm like, by this time, there's a certain time I need you to be able to get this, because then the next practices and things that I need you to help with have to generate income. They have to. So these are conversations that I want, or I should say questions that I need you to ponder, because there are times, man, sometimes we kind of don't really know what all goes into the actual business. Like I said, the branding piece is the essence, it's the spirit of the organization, but the business is your practice and your profit. That's it. It's the practices and the transactions that are able to bring in profit. So we have to talk about that. You know, it can't just be fun and you ain't making no money. That's a hobby. You know, we need to be able to differentiate that. So I'm sending these several questions over to you so that, and you have about a week to get them back over to me and to answer them to the best of your ability. And I know depending on where, if you haven't launched yet, you may not be able to answer like a question like that. You know what I mean? Because you're not in business yet. However, that this assessment that I'm getting ready to send you guys will bless your life, okay? Because it may be something on here you did not think about, okay? So with that being said, we are finished, we are done, and I want you guys to literally just, it's 10:52. I want to unmute. I want to hear from you guys. Want to know if there is anything that, okay, you guys are all unmuted. All unmuted. I think Brandy's at work, so I'm gonna mute her line. But let me know, how you felt about today. Thoughts, questions, anything. Shoot, don't be shy. Not in here. Go. Nothing?
Everything, this is Rose. I didn't want to be first because
Girl, be first. Why you don't want to be first? Be first. Let's go.
I'm always talking. I don't want to take over.
No, not ever. Not here. Go.
But everything was awesome. There's different aspects to branding that I didn't even think about, like colors and smells.
Wow.
And even the colors themselves and understanding what they mean, because I was just picking, I think, I know for myself, I pick a color I like, I want to do purple because that's my favorite color, but we have to be a lot more logical and intentional with the things that we choose for our business. It can't just be, well, I'm going to pick this color because I like it. It has to also play into that. So knowing stuff like that, and like you're saying, brand sense and is key. And it's things that I didn't even think about. Just like how you're talking about smell, as a consumer on the opposite side, that plays a big role. And if I'm going to go to a business, things like what I see, what I smell, those do play roles. So we have to have that mindset when we're also on the other side as the CEO or business owner.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit now. So what, based on this class, what are you're going to, do you feel like you're going to alter? You haven't launched yet, right, Rose?
No, I haven't launched yet. I'm looking, so the branding, even the branding tagline, I just created that. This is going to make it a lot easier because I was kind of pulling stuff out of the air. And this is kind of giving me a direction. Yes, and now I know where to go. Okay,
so tell me your brand. One more time, the tagline: freedom
builder and strategist.
Freedom builder and strategist. And what's the service?
So the service is going to be basically investment. Introducing my target audience will be women of color, and introducing them to freedom, financial freedom, freedom within their businesses. Just there's different. I'm a process improvement. I do problem solving in all areas. So I want to be able to introduce them to different solutions for their business, for their finances, for just a whole bunch of different things. So that's why I say
is that going to be the actual tagline, or more so the bullet point? Is it like, system? What's the name of the brand?
It's Freedom Building Investments.
Okay, got it. Freedom Building Investments.
That's the company's name. Yeah.
Freedom Building Investments. So then your one-liner is something like system strategist, something curator.
I have free, build, invest as one of the taglines. I have different taglines.
Send me a few.
Okay.
I want to hear them. Send me a few. And let's see like what those words mean, and like what images do they put up, because I love curator, I love systems strategist, I love the problem solvings, I love the word solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Your solutions curator, bam. I love stuff like that.
Okay, awesome. Solutions career. Got it.
Yeah, play with that. That's gonna be so good. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody in any insights, aha moments? You knew it already? You knew it all? Didn't teach you anything new today?
Oh, this was all new.
Well, this is Yvette.
Hey, Vet.
Hi. I think I had a lot of aha moments as far as the colors, the taglines. Those were things I wasn't familiar with. So that was exciting. I haven't launched yet. I've been working on it for a long time. So I'm excited about the things I'm learning in this course.
Yeah, so walking in style, tell us a little bit about it. Like, what do you see happening? What is your service?
Well, I'm actually a hairstylist. And
Okay.
so I'm getting into, I took a class with Tamika, so I've learned how to make wigs.
Yes, Lord.
I'm also getting into making custom t-shirts. So I'm gonna have t-shirts, because once I got into the internet and seeing how people branding themselves, I'm like, oh, I'm taking the middleman out. I'm gonna learn how to do some of this stuff myself. And so I've learned how to, I got all the equipment to do t-shirts and all kind of stuff. So doing hair, t-shirts, getting a product line with eyelashes and hair product is what I'm into.
So
I'm like,
what's the name of your brand?
I'm still thinking about it. The name of my salon is YMV My Beauty. So I guess I'm gonna have the hair extension is Icy Hair Extensions.
Okay.
So I'm thinking my t-shirts, I want it to be a lot of bling. So I'm thinking Icy would play a part in the hair as well as the clothing line because it's blingy. So I got my packaging with bling. Everything is with bling.
That's
So
got it.
Icy.
So that ties in. So the salon is kind of its separate entity.
Right.
Then the Icy is the hair and the shirts, the clothing.
Correct.
I like that. And then those you'd have to honestly market separately. As far as the salon is different, then this is kind of what you're gonna use and really just hit the internet with. Because we understand the salon is a touch and feel industry. That's not, I can't do your hair virtually. So, that's your marketing to your area, you're marketing to, the schools nearby, you're doing events in the community to get out. But as far as the hair, that can travel, that can be shipped, and the shirts can be shipped. So, and you said it was Icy, what?
I haven't finished the end of it, but so far Icy Hair Extension as far as the hair part of it. I'm still working on it.
But I was gonna say, just drop it and call it Icy, and then once you have Icy, you can put anything Icy under there.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Don't limit. Don't box it in. So
right.
Once you have that Icy on there, that is a brand in itself. And what does Icy automatically? What feel? We think cold. We think silver. We think hard. We think cool as far as smell. So think what can go under Icy, and then just run with it.
Okay.
Then you just need a tagline for Icy. It could be something that kind of gives that same feel. So you want women to feel. Just think about it, just think about it, because you're also thinking about bling. So And depending on your audience, you may not want to use the word bling, or you may want to use the word bling, depending on the audience that you're marketing to. So you might, you think about the word cool, you think about the word comfortable, you think about the word something that stands out, something that shines. So go back to senses, incorporate the senses into that tagline. And then from there, that website, that icy brand will have the hair. It could have makeup. It could have makeup that has cool tones, right? Mm-hmm. It could have the lipsticks that are not, everything would not be warm. It would be the opposite, which right now, gray is like the new black, the whites, the grays, the cool purples, the wood, the cool wood tones, no reds,
Okay.
Jewelry. You could do jewelry. You could have silver jewelry. You could have bracelets. You could have, like, that's a whole, then the t-shirts, they could customize their t-shirts. So I kind of just laid it all out for you. So Let me know how that goes.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else? I love it. Icy. Yeah, I'm here for that. Anybody else? Any insight?
Coleen, this is Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hi. So, well, I'll say on today, like I got, whenever you asked what was like our tagline, so I had there wasn't a specific tagline, but it came today, so I got it today.
Oh, good. What is it? Come on, this is the incubator. Come on.
Well, I guess is that the tagline, or just what
Say it one more time.
Standing out. Beauty within, standing out.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love it. But what your service is, run it hair. So you're marketing to your area.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you offer you're also selling hair, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you got the hair. And what else? I feel like there was something else you told me you wanted to get into that dealt with beauty.
It was hair. So I have a hairline, but I'm not satisfied with it. When I saw the class, I guess the one similar to what we did today about the colors and things like that. So, and the smell, the feel, all of that, when I got that, this today for me was like more in depth, and I knew that I needed to look into other brands. So that's what I've been doing, is looking into other brands so that I can, dot every I and cross every T in my business. So, but I wanted lashes too.
Yes. Let me tell you, as a being in the beauty industry, when I started selling hair, that we were in Meadowwoods. So how long ago was that, babe? Like, I'm horrible with dates. 6 years ago, started my hairline. Again, wanted to make sure I maximized and generated as much income as possible. So become the provider, like Yvette said, no middleman, right? So I went ahead and started the process, and I said to my existing clients and friends, I'll give it to you for the wholesale price, for the simple fact that I just need to try this thing. And honestly, I ain't got the money. So can I get your money to buy this hair? And let's see what happens. And I'll give you a discount on putting it in. I just started to get creative. And we went through processes, and it was like, ooh, this one's not good. That smells like corn chips. That one, I was like, oh my God, this is such a headache. And unfortunately, the hair that didn't have the best smell was like the amazing quality. Like it lasts forever. You could dye it. You could do all these different things to it. And I'm like, I kept getting on them. I'm like, I need you guys, whatever you are using to kill whatever lice and stuff in this hair. I don't know if they were smoking this hair out, whatever, in a pit. I don't know what they were doing to it. I said, it cannot smell like this. So they constantly worked on it until we got it improved. And then one day, y'all, I was so mad, on one of my biggest orders, thousands of dollars, it smelled again. I was like, You got to be kidding me. So I just was like, that's it. I cannot do business with you anymore. They constantly would call and email. I'm sorry. Next order won't be like that. Listen, little Asian lady, I cannot afford to do this. I can't do this with y'all. So I found that when I colored the hair, that it would kill some of the odor. So I literally had to do, for those of you that are not in the beauty industry, there's a 00 for shine that you can actually put on hair to help it, just kind of look better. So I would find myself dyeing the hair with a little 10 volume to help to just kind of open up the cuticle some and allow that scent to be gone. But it's part of the process. And so be encouraged until you find the product that you can stand by. That's most important. And what you came up with today, I would say, Christina, just play with that. Play with the tagline a little bit more. That's just something you came up with here today when you actually thought, put some more thought into it. So, break it down to 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, like really just break that apart and see what you come up with, and then email me and we can pick, or we can talk about it on our call. Let's whatever you guys come up with. That's what this group is all about. And bringing that information, what do you guys think, and being open to that feedback. That I am so open to feedback, and sometimes it makes me mad what I hear, but I gotta be open to the feedback. Like I gotta be open to the feedback. And so that's important. All right. Love that. Anybody else? All right, ladies, and let's see, 11:07. I'm gonna get on this road. I have to get back to Orlando. Anybody else? All right, I appreciate you guys. This was an awesome class. Awesome class. And thank you. So we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna make sure I get this link over to you, and you guys can meditate on it a little bit more. Keep it in your libraries. Make sure you download it. Oh no, wait, it's a YouTube link that we're using for this class. So you'll have it forever. All right, y'all.
When you post the presentation?
Is there any way I can, you can email me last week's class? Or?
Yes, I messaged Jennifer before.
Okay.
When you were on this morning, I messaged her immediately.
Okay, thank you. All
right. Yeah, we got you. All right, ladies. Love you guys. Be blessed. Productive. I see increase over your hands, the works of your hands. And so just dream, create, see it. I love Icy. I can't wait to see what you come up with for that. All right, guys.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.